in Southern California like it did LA, where I'm from. You know, it's kind of crazy because it didn't give us a warning. It all happened overnight. Well, early 2009, February, I get a call from a friend of mine there in Mobile, and he made a comment, a profound statement. He said, I found a way we can make some money together. To be upfront and honest with you, the first thing that popped in my head is, oh boy, it's one of those things, one of those deals. You know, we're in the thing and the deal business, in case y'all didn't know. You know, but that's what I thought. For years, I'd looked at everything that was out there. People brought it to me, and we are going to talk about network marketing for a minute, so guard the door, nobody leave. But can I see the hands of the guests in the room that are here for the first time looking at what we're doing? One more time? Great. Welcome here. So guys, I'm really here to talk about this to you guys in the business model and what it's done in my life in a very short period of time. So I reluctantly went and took a look at whatever it was that he had out of two reasons, fear and respect. Fear that he'd drop me as a customer, a client, and I'd lose more money, and respect that the guy was a pretty good business guy there in the Mobile area, and I respected him. I said, well, I thought this would get him. I said, well, dude, I got all the time I've got. It's about 10 o'clock tonight when I finish my last appointment. Because at 10, 11 o'clock at night, I was still out selling insurance. That's how bad things had gotten. He said, that's fine. I'll be at my granite shop cutting granite till probably 2 or 3 o'clock. He's the owner of the company, so he was going through it too. So I stopped by, we took a look at a DVD. It was a previous company that I got involved with. It made a lot of business sense to me. So I got started on the 17th of February. By May 1st of that year, I'd replaced a 6-figure income with this industry and this business model, a little bit different business model, and walked away from the insurance business, and I've been full-time in this industry ever since. Now, I was not looking for network marketing. Network marketing found me, kind of kicking and screaming, if you will. Because at that point in time in my life, and I can kind of tell this part of my story now, I couldn't back then, but I was looking, praying for something, looking for nothing. I don't know if anybody's ever been through that in life, but that's kind of where I was at. I was a little angry that things were going backwards. You know, I was trying to figure out how to stop it. And the week after Thanksgiving in 2008, I came home about 6 o'clock one afternoon. It was dark already, and I walked up and unlocked my front door. My 2 winter dogs were sitting there looking at me shivering. I go to flip on the lights, and they didn't come on. I'm like, wow, I guess the power's out. Yeah, they do that when you don't pay the bill. True story. Made $135,000 in 2008, and I couldn't pay my power bill because I'm running 2 agencies that I've got to pay for, and my own agency at the house, plus bills at the house and everything else. That's where I had gotten. Things had just gotten crazy. So I sat on the couch and cried. My ex-wife said, we got to do something different. I said, I agree. So I started praying. And then this crazy industry came into my world in within a few months. So we got started. That other company did very well with it, made a bunch of money. I was in that company for 29 months. And the first 18 months we did very, very well. Exploded it, 5-figure a month income. Things were great. We were having a ball. And I spent the last year trying to save it because they'd run that company off in the ditch, so to speak. They'd made some bonehead decisions, in my opinion, that killed momentum for the whole company. But I'm stubborn. I've kind of got this pit bull attitude. When I get a hold of something, I won't turn loose of it. So I spent the next 12 months leaving on Tuesday, coming home on Sunday every week, driving about 1,800 miles. Jessica, who knows Jessica Ellerman in here? She came to the South about a month ago and stayed with me, and we ran around and did my group down there. And in 4 days, I ran her through 3.5 states. She's like, oh my God, you're not kidding. Because I told her I put almost 20,000 miles on my truck since I started this September the 15th. She said, yeah, I don't live 45 minutes from 400 billion people like you guys did out there. I got teams. The closest team I have is 2.5 hours away in Baton Rouge. I don't have any teams down the street, So I drug her around all over the South. We had a big time and had a lot of fun. But that's kind of where I'd come from in that industry and that other company, and I was running like a madman, and I still lost everything I had with that company. It just went to nothing. So at the end of July of last year, I resigned from that company, said I'm done. I'm going back in the insurance business. I can't do this anymore. It was about brain dead and everything else. I'm like, I'm done. Had a great ride. 29 months, made $500,000, a bunch of friends, and had a lot of fun, but I guess it's over. I ran my deal. You know, sometimes in life you feel like, well, I guess it was short-lived and now it's all over with. I was going back in the insurance business when I got a call, indirectly from Jessica. I'd met Jessica one time, previous company, she was a rock star. If you know her story, you know what I'm talking about. But we'd never met. I saw her name on the leaderboard. A lot of times months we were competing against each other, and all I knew is she was some, you know, crazy blonde chick in Southern California. That's all I knew about her. She told me later, she said, yeah, I thought you were some dumb redneck. And like, you know, I said, well, the dumb and the redneck part's right, and I do live in the South, so you had me pegged. You know, therefore, hey, if I can do this, anybody can, trust me. But we didn't know each other. We met at a convention 2 weeks earlier, the last convention we went to with that other company down in Orlando. But she called and said, look, I resigned, I'm leaving. Go do a different deal with a guy named Trey Knight. So I know Trey Knight. I know Trey Knight pretty well. I wasn't on his team in that other company, but he and I got in the industry about the same amount of time. He made millions. I made $500,000. He's a pretty smart guy. So I said, what are you going to do? And the secret was on. Trey calls me the next day. We chat and we talk, and he says, look, I want you to come to Orlando and take a look at what I'm up to. So I'm not interested, man. I'm going back in the insurance business. I'm done, you know. Had enough, can't do anymore. He said the ticket's free. I said, okay. I can take a couple more days off before I got to go get a real job again, right? So I go to Orlando. I was in Birmingham when he called me, so I had to fly to Charlotte to go to Orlando for some odd reason. I sat on the plane coming out here. A guy left Gulfport and flew to Houston to go to D.C. Odd. I don't know that, but anyway. So we get in, my flight got messed up somehow or another. We got into Orlando pretty late, about 11 o'clock, and rented a car and put the GPS, you know, whatever in it to go to the hotel that he told me that we need to be at. It was an hour north of the airport. I'm like, wow, what's wrong with that hotel? What about that hotel right there? And I'm driving up the interstate at midnight, you know. Get in bed, get there, get in bed, meet Jessica and Eric, they were there. We talked in the lobby a few minutes and went on to bed. And probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock, about 6 o'clock the next morning, I get a buzz, text message, meet me for breakfast in 30 minutes by the pool. Trey, I'm like, I'm going to drown you by the pool. You know, so true story. I'm meeting for breakfast at the pool, and he's like, look, man, I'm about to rock your world. I said, impress me, brother. I'm tired. Give me some coffee. You know, what do you got? See, we're going to do a company called Limu. All due respect, you know, what the hell's a Limu? Excuse my language, but that's what Limu. I'm thinking a little fuzzy creature from down under, maybe. Now we're importing garments from New Zealand. You know, that's all I could think about. No sleep, never heard the word Limu. I mean, what is that? You know? He said, no, bro, it's a company. Started laughing. It's a company 7 years old, owned by a guy named Gary Racer. I said, okay, I've heard that name in the industry. Knew a little bit of his background. I said, okay. I said, what's their product line? Tell me that bottle right there, please. You can actually throw these. You can't throw these glass ones. But he said, we're going to do a company called Limu, and we're going to do a product. The products are kind of unique. So I asked him again, what are the products? He said, well, they're kind of cool. I said, Trey, I'm not in the mood, brother. He said, we're going to do the one, it's seaweed in a bottle. I said, you gotta be freaking kidding me. And I said, you're serious, aren't you? He said, yeah, it's a seaweed extract. It's unbelievable. I'm like, it's snake oil, really. That's what I told him. I said, you're joking. You brought me down here to tell me we're going to sell seaweed juice in a bottle. He said, yeah. I said, who's going to buy that crap? Because, guys, that's what I thought. I'm thinking, my granddad used to call it snake oil. I'm like, what? I looked at him, and that little voice in the back of my head said, Smith, shut up. This guy got in the industry when you did. He's made millions. You made $500,000. He's still doing it. You're quitting. He knows more than you do. I hate that